I am back. Hello, loves. Thank you all for all your well wishes. I am glad to be back and get to work. Today, I will show you how you can create a beautiful fall swag with a little or no money for this fall season. These fully decorated swags can cost you anywhere between $25 and $40 easily at your favorite accessories department store or craft store. So let's get started. As you can see, there's quite a few things here that we have on the table to begin with to create our fall swag. Most of these things I had from previous projects. There may be one item here that I did purchase. I think I've already had it. I just restocked on it, and I will show you that in a moment. But I just want to show you how easy it is to create a fall swag with just some items you have around your home from previous projects. So let's get started. So let's start with these berries. These berries, bush berries, I purchased, can't even tell you where I purchased these from. It's about 2 or 3 years ago. I'm gonna guess Michael's, not sure, don't quote me on that. But there are some nice neutral colors in here. We have some off-whites, some mint green. We even have some browns that you can see that's in here sparingly. We have some green leaves to go with it. So this makes a nice element to use for your swag. This branch here is another gorgeous piece we can use. I love the colors of the flowers. I used this once before in a centerpiece maybe a year or so ago. Love the flowers as they cover the branch, but not too much. Just it's some spaces here and there that you can see that will make a great fall swag because it's not too full, and I will explain that in detail later in the video. These nice little flock branches here that I had once before that I use, love using these. They're from Floral Garden from Dollar Tree, and they have them in different colors depending on the season, so I love stocking up on these. Beautiful leaves. Now I love using these for my fall. I love how they look. Look at the sparkle. Isn't that pretty? They're made of linen. I love the way they feel. Different kind of material for a leaf. Few berries that I cut off the bush just to have to decorate. Next we have some tools. We have wire cutters, wire, floral ribbon, or floor tape, and my favorite ribbon here for fall. Decorating elements. We have some flower pots and pumpkins here. So here we have a couple of options we can use as a base for our swag. We have these berries. Berries can make a nice swag that you can use. You can just basically put it up like this, put a bow on it, put a couple of decorative elements in here, and you're done. Pretty easy, right? But we won't be using the berries because I want something with a little bit more structure. We will be using these branches of flowers, and the reason I like using the branch is because, like I explained before, there's not too many flowers on this branch, and it's enough spaces where you can place fillers. And that's why I choose a branch that's not too full. You can easily decorate your branch using fillers however way you want to decorate it. I like to start with a structure base with a very little decorative elements that's already on it. So we are starting with this branch as our base. So the first element I'm going to start with is my leaves. I like to start with my leaves just to give an idea of how the swag is forming. You don't have to start with your leaves first. You can just put your fillers in and then add your leaves. We are going to place the leaves in the branch. And when I say in the branch, in between the stems here. So it looks like it's kind of growing out of it. It looks like it's part of the flower itself instead of just laying it on top. And then we're going to take the other one and we're going to do the same thing. Put it inside the branch. So here's what it looks like with all the leaves in. As you can see, it looks like the leaves are growing out of the branch instead of just laying on top. And the effect that you get is some of the flowers peek through the leaves and it looked like it growed out naturally. If you had placed the leaves on top, you would have covered all of that. So that's why I like placing my fillers in between the actual structure of the swag to make it look natural. So that's a tip. Okay, so now we're going with the fillers. We're going to start with these flocked branches here that I have from Dollar Tree. Add a few little mint greenery in here. When I cut the branch, I made sure that I have the stem long. The wire is still attached. And how I done that, I actually peeled the branch from the actual stem that they had. Let me show you what I mean here. This is the branch as a whole. And you just basically, this part right down here is filled with the wire on each of these branches here. And you have to carefully do this because sometimes it doesn't always work. But so you have to carefully pull so you won't disturb the flocking and you won't break it at a shorter stem. So you basically just pull this very carefully and it'll come off like that. And you're left with the wire plus the full stem. So just another little tip to give you pieces like this. That's what I like to do because it gives me a much more larger stem or longer stem to work with instead of just cutting it with the wire cutter. Okay, so since we have a long stem here, we're going to do the same technique and actually put this inside the branch so it looks like it's growing from the branch. And then we hold it down at the end here. And we do that throughout the branch here until we get the effect that we like. Different part of the branches, I attach these flock branches to the actual structure of the swag. So I just took a bit of wire and attach it in different places to secure the flock branches to the base. So that's what I'm doing. And we will do that throughout the branch to make sure that it's secure and it won't come off. All right, so now I'm going in to cut off the ends here to make sure they don't stick up to stick yourself. It's all about safety. Now, of course, you can use hot glue, but like I said in previous videos, I like to reuse my materials because it's cheaper than trying to keep purchasing them. And sometimes the same materials are not in stock by the store, so they can be sold out and you won't find them anywhere. But I like to reuse mine. So here's what it looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? A great start to our swag. So now we're going to add another element. We can attach it with floor tape or we can attach it with the wire, but we're going to use floor tape. Okay, so now we have our first decorative element, which is the berries. So the last thing we're going to add, some of our decorative items here. We're going to take this pod and this pumpkin, and we're just going to place it on our swag to see how we like it or which way we like it. I'm thinking I want it that way. So we have in our tool bowl here these picks, and each of these picks come with a wire on the end. And what I like to do is I like to tape each end of the pick wire with tape because they can easily be pulled off if you don't have something secure to it. We are going to take the pointed end and push it into the element here like that. and then you have the wire at the end. I'm going to press in as far as we can go. It'll stick out like that. And we're going to attach it to our branch. So there's the flower pod, and then we're going to attach the pumpkin next. And here you have it. We have all the decorative elements on here. We have our fillers on here, and we are done. Now we just have to add the bow. Okay, so I don't know if most of you are familiar with how I make my bows. I do have a video on this. I will attach it to the iCard above if you are interested how I make my bows. But the first thing I do is I make my tail first. And I want this to have a nice long tail. So that about that size would do. So you make your tail, and then I cut it off at the end, and then I take the end of the tail and I fold it like that, make sure they're even, and then I make a dove tail by cutting out a triangle. Okay, and that's our dove tail at the end. So we're done with the tail. So that's the first half of the bow. The second half takes a little coordination, but I like to take the ribbon either all the way off the roll or as much as I can work with. But in this case, since it's a short roll, we can just take it all the way off. And we are going to start with our bow. So here's the final product. I hope you guys got a lot of inspiration and ideas of how you can create your fall swag. And it was pretty simple, wasn't it? Just a few materials that I had around the home and just some items, some decorative items and some fillers. And there you have it, beautiful ribbon. So this is pretty easy project you can do for your fall. You can use this on your door as your wreath for the fall season. It can also be used on your mantle or on a side table. So there's various uses that you can decorate with this swag in your home. So I hope you like this, and we will have many more ideas coming up for this fall. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you soon. This video may not be ideal for everyone, but my objective is to provide ideas, tips, and inspiration to create a look that will work for your home. Well, that would do it for me, my friends. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more organization, decor, and innovative ideas and tips delivered to you weekly. And please leave comments or questions you may want to share with the family. I am always grateful. See you on the next video. Smooches!